Okay, I've started making the bat. The first thing I made was the round shape for the head. I decided to connect this line over to that line, just give it more structure, more strength. So I'm experimenting with this. I've never really done all these curves before, not even with the pumpkin. So what I did was I heated up the inside of the curve to help it hold its shape. And now I'm using E6000 glue to fuse the joint together. I got tape on it to hold. That'll dry overnight. Tools I'm using. A long cutting knife, very sharp blade, and my heating gun. And of course, tape. So I'm going to follow the pattern as best I can. The final product is going to be about 4.5 to 5 feet tall by about the same wide, which will make it about as big as the pool noodle pumpkin that I built last year. So the next step, I'm going to try to build the two eyes, and I think I'm going to use a pink noodle for that, just to give it kind of a red look. I don't think I have any red. Colors of pool noodles around here are a little bit limited. I see lots of good colors in the States, but not up here. So I'm going to use the pink, and I'm going to try to make a very small circle. Not really sure how I'm going to do that. We'll see. Okay, so now I'm making an eye. This is the first one I made. Got it all glued up, and basically what I did was I cut a piece of pink and took out a lot of the internal or interior foam so that I can make a tight curve. And I'm going to gently heat it up, get it into a ball, and glue the two ends together. Okay, so now I'm making the ear pieces. I put a curve on it again with the heat gun, and I put an angled edge on the end so that it'll plug right into the head piece right here in a hole I'm going to cut, and then I'll glue that together. The tips of the ears will come together at a perfect angle, so I don't have any of the interior of the pool noodle exposed. And here's one that I've already got glued up. So that'll fit right on the head, just like that. So really the secret to doing a big pool noodle thing like this is to make little small pieces and then glue them together to make bigger pieces. And we're back the next day. I got all the tape taken off. Everything looks pretty good. I'll join those eyes in like that when I get around to it. But right now I am attaching the ears. So I started with this one, and you can see the holes I got cut. And they're angled to match the angled cuts on the end of the pieces right here. And that'll fit in and get held with glue and tape. And they become one piece. So I'm going to go ahead and join that in now. Okay, so I got a few more pieces done. The ears are joined in now, and I joined in the two body pieces that I made. Joined into the bottom of the head. They are going to connect in down here to the bottom of the bat. And then over here, this is the first part of the wing that's going to go in. I only do so many pieces a day because I don't want to jostle it around too much. I want to let that glue set up. Okay, we just finished another day of work on the pool noodle bat. I got the eyes attached. You can see those joined in. The glue is setting up. And I attached the bottom part of the body to the bat. And then over here I started the wing. And the same on the other side. So we'll let those set up. But it's coming along. You can see the nice joints we got, nice and tight all around. So it's going to be really, really nice looking when it's finished. And we're in the Home Depot today. They finally got their Halloween stuff out up here. We're always a little bit behind the States when it comes to this stuff. Here's the guy I got. He's going to be stood up in between the two pool noodle items. Little guy, he's got wings that spread out. We got a brand new big old pumpkin and some lights. And we got a new guy for our graveyard over here. So, all in all, a very good day for Halloween. Cheers. Okay, we're ready to start a bit more work today. And you can see I got the wings are coming along nicely. Got these joints all glued up. The next part to put in are these two double curve pieces, and they are going to go in right here like that and join back in, connect there, and then come down and connect to the head right there to form the top of the wing. So that's the next part to do. And then the other new thing that came in today, that is our Bride of Frankenstein animatronic to go along with our Frankenstein that we bought last year. And now I have 4 packs of the LED spiders. We're going to put those up above the garage door. That's going to look real cool. So lots of new things in our Halloween display this year. So be on the lookout for our videos. I'll start doing the display build in early September, just after Labor Day. So be on the lookout for that. Cheers. All right, we got the wings all connected to the body now. You can see right up here. Nice tight joint, taped up and waiting for the glue to dry. See the way the joints go together, nice and tight. I've also finished the 2 inner parts to go into the wing. They're going to connect here and then come back to the 2 points here and here. All right, so here we are at the last stage of the build. We're going to put in this double piece. You can see how I got the edges all shaped. And that is going to go in like this. I've got holes cut. A hole in the corners there. And a hole over here. And I'm going to put glue in there, and I'm going to put that in and put the tape on. And that'll be the end of that wing. And then I'll do this wing over here. And there it is. The completed pool noodle bat. It's really nice and sturdy. Hold it up, no problem. All the bat wings are done. Joints came out nice. Nice and snug. So the next step is putting the lights in, and here they are. I'm using the Nova Advanced 7 function pure white lights, 1,000 in the strand, and they're the 3mm little tiny guys. And I found that these little things, they're tough enough that you can poke it right into the noodle. Don't need to make any pre-holes or anything. It just pops right in there and holds tight. Okay, so here's how I do the lights. They're about 1 inch apart. So just put them in the center of the noodle and trace along. And I'm going to cover every spot twice. So just get a few in before you tighten up the others. See how they go right down in once you get enough in there? You don't want to tighten every single one until you get a few more in. I'm trying to do this while filming. You get a few in, then you go back and just tighten these up. And then you go back and continue down the line. Stay in the middle of the noodle. Okay, so here you see I've got a line of them going, and now we'll tighten a few by pushing them straight in. And those are in there good. You can see how they're holding real well. And when I come back to get the second pass, I'll put lights in between the other lights. And when I'm done, I'll cover the whole thing and silver tape to hold the wires in place. But that's essentially how we do it. And I've got 1,000 to go. Here you see a finished section along the bottom, and then I take the turn. Whenever I encounter a branch, I go down the branch and then back again to eliminate that branch. So I've gone all the way down, putting them in place without tightening them, and then I've taken the turn around and coming back the other way by putting lights in between. So now I can go back here and just start tightening up some of these. That's easy to do. Okay, so here now you can see I've done this branch twice. and this branch twice. Leave the outer ring for a single pass because you're going to be coming all the way back around at the end and end up down here with the plug. So that's what you're trying to do, is basically draw the whole thing in lights with 2 passes over every line, no more than 2 passes. So you just, every time you hit a branch, you go over it twice and then move along. And just go like that, all the way down the line. Okay, so here you see I've come down along here and come along, and now I've hit the first pathway down the ear. So I go all the way down. Always go out to the middle of the tip, so that way you get the full lighting effect. Don't cut a corner and come across here. You got to go out enough. Come back here, and then I stop, and then double up all the way back, come back to the main pathway, and then come along to the next junction, and that's the eyeball, and then go around, stop, go back, double up, come back to the pathway, and continue along. That's what you're going to do the whole way around this thing. Okay, so we've made a lot of progress. Finished the eyes, came back along, and went all the way down and connected up where I stopped here, and then did that stroke, came back, did down here, that branch, came back, and then continued on along our edge. Did that one, and then continued all the way along the edge. One thing to note, where you end here, make sure the distance between those 2 bulbs is right. Don't leave a big gap. Right here, see? Perfect. And here I ended right where I started. And now I'm going to go all the way back along the outer edge, turn here, turn there, and go all the way back up, and come down, and come along and ends. If I have any lights left over, I can always add a couple little feet here to eat up a few lights, but it should be pretty close. We'll see how it goes. The bad thing would be to run short. And there it is. All the lights are put in now. I had quite a few left over, so what I did was I decided to add 2 little feet to the bat. Give them a little more personality. I think it makes it look better, actually. Makes them a little taller anyway. So every line in the bat now has 2 lines of lights, and the lights end up being spaced about a ½ inch apart, maybe a centimeter apart, and that's really going to light it up good. So the next step is putting the tape on the back to hold everything in place, give the thing a bit more strength, and we're also going to coil up the extra and just cover that so you won't see it. In reference to the desired length of your display, the lighted length of the lights is approximately 83 feet 3 inches. So because we're doing a double pass, we're doubling up our lights, we want the total length on your display to be about 41.5 feet. So if you have that, you should end up with very few lights left over. Now this one's obviously a little bit short of that. Okay, it's time to put the silver tape, or aluminum foil tape, I guess you call it, on the back of the pool noodle. Here's my roll of tape. And thing to note is, because the pieces are curved, what I do is I cut the piece halfway down, like here. I don't try to go all the way and then try to curve the tape. I just cut it halfway and put 2 pieces. Make sure you press it in hard and get right into the corners so nothing peels back on you. It is going to be out in the rain, so we want this tape on there good. This will hold the wires in place and give the thing a bit more strength. One small thing to note here before I cover this area in tape, in order to keep the extra lights from pulling all the lights out of your bat, I put a pull tie right here to hold it all in. And this then becomes the extra and the cord that goes to the extension cord. All right, so just remember to do that. Give your ending point a little strength so everything doesn't pull out. There it is, all done. All the tape is on. If you take your time, you can do a real neat job with it. For pointy bits down here like this, just angle your cut and you'll get a real nice, neat result. The extra lights I kind of bundled up and just covered in tape. They'll hang in behind the back and you won't notice that at night. So they're out of the way. And there we are. So now we're just going to flip her over and we're going to turn on the lights. And there it is. That's one of the 8 modes that the lights come with. I find that one looks pretty good. The eyes came out really nice. I was hoping they would glow, and they do. So you can see how the light just comes right through the pool noodles, and whatever color you choose, that's what you get. So I hope you like this one. Cheers.